Hello, I'm Jackie Zitten of Wrapunzel St. Louis, and I want to share some tips on how to wrap your tickle so that it doesn't hurt your ears. Now, my ears stick out, as you can see, and I wear glasses, and while they look thin, they kind of have a thick edge, this part to it. So I've had to deal with this a lot, and I have some advice about it. So the first thing is when you put on your shaper, put it on behind your ears, number one. Number two, when you put on your glasses, I always put them on under the shaper, but I put them on after I've already put on my shaper. And I put them on before my tickle. So this is the Constellation scarf. It's from the winter line in gray. And I'm using this one because it's sort of like, you can do a lot of different wraps with it. It's really versatile. So just put it on in the regular way. And I'm just going to stand up so I can see here that my ends are where they need to be because I need one end longer here. Okay. So the first thing is not to make this too tight when you put it over your ears, obviously. But one trick is to make it more secure, you can sort of hold it tight with these fingers and loose with this part. You see what I'm saying? You can pull it super tight like this, and that will make your ears really hurt by the end of the day. Or you can do it super loose everywhere, which feels insecure, or you can just pull this part tight and leave this part at the bottom loose. And that's what I don't know if you can hear me, making the top part tight and the bottom part loose there is sort of what I've been unconsciously doing without realizing it until I made this video. So you just tie it. And then if you've made that bottom part loose, then this isn't so bad here. It looks fine, and you can see my ears are like not pushed back against my head here. It's comfortable. The other thing to do is when you put your layer over your head, and I'm just doing a simple elegance wrap. I like this one because there are no ends to tuck in. When you put this over here, you put it behind your ear here. Instead of, you can wrap like this, and then you've got another layer over your ear, making it really tight and pushing against your head, or you can wrap it just like half an inch farther back, and it's not over your ear, and it still looks nice. And the same thing on this side. When I tie my knot here for this wrap, I'm tying it behind my ear so it's not over my ear. And I've got a nice looking wrap that does not hurt. Now you can do this with other styles also, not just this one, but I like this one because the other trick is when you're tucking in ends, let's say I wanted to tuck this one in, I do that sometimes. Whenever you tuck something into the back, like this, it tightens up the whole thing. So you can do that. And this feels tighter on my ears, so when that happens, what I do, if it still feels tight, is I just adjust it. I sort of pull them out afterwards, and now it doesn't feel tight anymore. The other thing you can do is, when possible, just try to tuck your ends into itself, you know. Instead of up the back, because that doesn't make your wrap any tighter. I wouldn't actually probably wear this wrap, but actually kind of works. Anyway, so that's the idea. I hope it helps you. The other thing is when I'm wearing more than one layer, more than one scarf, I typically just leave my ears out, because the more scarves you have over your ears and making layers, just the tighter it gets, and there's not a lot around that, especially if I'm using a twist and all my layers are tucked in, and that really, I just leave them out, and that works fine too. With some wraps it looks better than others. If all my stuff is in the back, then my ears don't seem to stick out as much, as when all my layers are up here and then it just looks awkward. So hope that's helpful for you, and I hope that your ears are comfortable whether you leave them out or in.